Hello, good evening, friends. Today we are going to study the physical properties, chemical properties, and all the properties of the dinitrogen. So let us see what is the dinitrogen. So we know that is nitrogen exists in the form of the dimer. Okay, so why it is exists in the form of dimer? Because it is having the very small size. And what does it do? It form the that is the because of its small size is form the pi multiple bond, pi multiple bond, and its bond enthalpy is because of the triple bond it is having, that is 941.4 kilojoule per mole. That is the bond dissociation energy, and this energy is too high to get broke. Therefore dinitrogen is not reactive at room temperature. Okay, because of this value it is not reactive at room temperature, not reactive at room temperature. So if any compound is not reactive at room temperature, so their chemical property generally they are having the very less number of chemical properties compared to other element. So dinitrogen is also having little less number of chemical properties as compared to the other compounds. So next one proper what we are going to do, we are going to study the methods of preparation. So next heading is, that is methods of preparation. Methods of preparation. So in methods of preparation there are several methods are there. Out of that, one method is their laboratory method. In laboratory method, that is what we take, that is we take ammonium, aqueous solution of ammonium chloride, that is NH4Cl, and sodium nitrite. Along with that we take that sodium nitrite, NaNO2. So they are the aqueous solution of ammonium chloride. Okay, this is ammonium chloride, and this is sodium nitrite. So when aqueous solution, if you are heating, it will directly give the dinitrogen, and along with this it will give, that is what the NaCl is there, NaCl it will give, and 2 oxygen are there, so it will give the 2 water molecule also. So this is the dinitrogen. So in laboratory, dear student, you can prepare by the heating the aqueous solution of ammonium chloride along with this sodium nitrite. It is not the nitrate. Okay, sodium nitrite, nitrite, sodium nitrite. So you will be able to get the dinitrogen. Now let us go for the next method of preparation of dinitrogen, and this is the by thermal decomposition of sodium and barium azide. So next important method is, that is this method is important because by this method we prepare the very pure dinitrogen. So by thermal decomposition of barium and sodium azide. Now what we can do to get the what the in heading it is already saying, by the thermal decomposition of barium and sodium azide. So if you see, that is, if you take the barium azide, so what is the formula of barium azide? That is Ba(N3) whole twice. This is the barium azide, and if you heat this barium azide, it will give, that is 3N2 molecule. Along with this it will give the barium atom also, and this is the pure dinitrogen. Another molecule, when you are going another, so what is there from the sodium azide? So sodium azide formula is NaN3. Okay, and you take the 2 molecule of the NaN3 on you heat it. So what you will get? Firstly you will get 2Na plus 3N2 you will get, and this is also the pure dinitrogen. So this method is quite important. Why? Because this is giving the pure nitrogen, no side product is getting formed as such. So this is the method which is industrially used much more. Now the let us go and read out the other methods. What are other method? By thermal decomposition of the ammonium dichromate. By the thermal decomposition of ammonium dichromate also we can prepare. So this is the last method by thermal decomposition of ammonium dichromate. This is also important. Actually this compound is important, ammonium dichromate. In the salt analysis also this is supposed to be used in the salt analysis. So what is the formula of ammonium dichromate? NH4 twice Cr2O7. This is the formula of ammonium dichromate. Now when you are heating this ammonium dichromate, you will get the dinitrogen. So let us see what is the equation, balance equation for this one. So this is NH4 and this NH4 is twice Cr2O7. This is the ammonium dichromate, and if you are doing thermal decomposition it will give the dinitrogen. And since here is the 7 oxygen are there and 8 hydrogen are there, so firstly you remove the 4 water molecule, and how many chromium is there? Cr2, and that is 3 oxygen is left. So this is the dinitrogen. So these were the method of preparation of the dinitrogen. So firstly we prepare from the ammonium chloride and sodium nitrite, and secondly from the barium azide and sodium azide, and from the third method, that is ammonium dichromate, by the thermal decomposition of ammonium dichromate. Now let us go and read out some physical and chemical properties of the dinitrogen. Now when you are going for the physical properties of dinitrogen, we know that is nitrogen are highest percentage in the atmospheric gases. So let us see what are the physical properties. So physical properties of dinitrogen. Physical properties of dinitrogen. So first of all we can go for this one. Dinitrogen, this is colorless. And secondly this is also odorless. And since it is the 78% atmospheric gas, so it is available on the Earth's surface also. So it is also non-toxic. This is non-toxic gas also, non-toxic gas. And finally when you go, this is also the tasteless gas. So this is the what are the physical properties are there. This gas is colorless, then odorless, then tasteless, and non-toxic also. That is why it is a application is large, because it is non-toxic gas. That is why its application is too much in the in our day-to-day life also. Now let us go and read out some important chemical properties. So if you go the chemical properties, I said because of the high bond enthalpy, it does not react at room temperature. So first things is it is not reactive at the low temperature. Second one, the important compound, it gives reaction with metal. Okay, so second is reaction with metals. So if it is reacting with the metal, so what compound it will give? Suppose that is nitrogen is reacting with the lithium. So 6 lithium molecule you take and you react with the dinitrogen. You take the lithium nitride. Okay, you will be able to get lithium nitride. And what is Li3N2? Li3N. Here is 2. So this formula of the lithium nitride. This is the compound lithium nitride. Now if you are treating with the magnesium, okay, so what compound it will give? You see this one, 3 molecule magnesium and N2. If you are reacting, it will be able to, you will get that is Mg3 and N2. And this is what compound? Magnesium. This is compound is magnesium nitride. If you see the same way, if you take the calcium and if you are treating with the dinitrogen, it will give that is Ca3N2. This is also important compound, and the formula of the name of this compound is calcium nitride. This is the calcium nitride. So these are the reaction with the metal. Now let us go and study the reaction with the non-metal and see what are the compound when it is reacting with the non-metal. So let us study next chemical properties. What is the next chemical property? Reaction with non-metal. Here reaction with non-metal, reaction with non-metals. So what will happen if it is reacting with the non-metal? So it will give non-metal nitride. It will react with non-metal and it will give what? Non-metal nitrides. Non-metals nitrides. So this is the compound when the dinitrogen is reacting with the non-metal nitrides. Now let us go and read out some of the compounds what are getting formed when it is reacting with the non-metals. So reacting with dihydrogen. First one with non-metal, reaction with dihydrogen. Reaction with dihydrogen. Now we know the Haber process, in the grade 10th also, that is the 1:3 mole of the nitrogen and hydrogen reversibly combine, at the 773 Kelvin temperature and 200 atm pressure in the presence of Fe catalyst. So what the compound it will give? It give that is 2NH3, that is ammonia. It will give the ammonia. So when this is the hydrogen nitrides, or you can say ammonia. So when the dinitrogen react with the dihydrogen at 773 Kelvin and 200 atmospheric pressure in presence of the Fe catalyst, it gives the ammonia. That is a very, very, very important compound. Now let us go and see that is the if reaction with the some other non-metal, what are the other are there? Reaction with dioxygen. So next one is second properties is reaction with oxygen. You can say dioxygen also, because oxygen also exists in the form of dimer. So what are these properties? At it reacting with the 2000 Kelvin. So what are there? If nitrogen is there and if it is reacting with the oxygen, and if you are managing the temperature, reversible reaction will be there. At 2000 Kelvin temperature, it will give the 2NO. This is nitric oxide. So nitrogen react with the oxygen at 2000 Kelvin temperature, it gives nitric oxide. Now let us read out the third reaction with calcium carbide. Okay. Next one, third property is reaction with calcium carbide. Reaction with calcium carbide. So what compound it will give if it is reacting with the calcium carbide? Let us see. When it is the CaC2 is there, and if it is reacting with the dinitrogen, so if you can see the product, it will be that is CaCN2. This is the calcium nitride and it will give the free carbon. So this is the compound what is forming calcium nitride, or it is calcium cyanide, CINITE, calcium cyanide. This is the compound. When the calcium carbide is treated with the dinitrogen, it is giving the calcium cyanide. And what is the use of calcium cyanide? Here one note we are giving. This is the important compound. If you see that is CaCN2, if you are reacting with the water molecule, it gives that is calcium carbonate and ammonia. So it will give CaCO3 plus it is giving the 2 ammonia more. So it is also being used in the preparation of ammonia. So these were the chemical properties of dinitrogen. Now we are going to study some of the uses of the dinitrogen. So let us see what are the uses of dinitrogen, and then this topic will be finished. So let us see that is uses of dinitrogen here. Uses of dinitrogen. So what are the uses of dinitrogen? There are several uses are there, but I am using very few. I am giving few of them. So first one, in food storage. In food storage. So if you are using the dinitrogen, so it will be, it will be used to prevent spoilage of the food. So it is used for the dry fooding of also. Next one is in the manufacture of ammonia. 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 This is the second one. Now let us move and just take, that is third one. What is the third properties? Liquid N2. Okay, liquid N2, it is the cold one. So liquid N2 use as a refrigerant. Liquid N2 use as a refrigerant. If you go, that is for fourth properties, in cryosurgery also. In cryosurgery. So to create the inert atmosphere, it is used in the cryosurgery also. And to create inert atmosphere, to create inert atmosphere, to create inert atmosphere, it is a in what? Iron and steel industry. FEN is steel industry. So these were the uses of 5 uses of the dinitrogen. Firstly, what? In the food storage, in the manufacture of ammonia, as a refrigerant in cryosurgery, and to create that is the inert atmosphere in the iron and steel industry. And it is also used in the filling in the bulb, in electric bulb also it is used, in electric bulb. So these are the detailed study of the dihydrogen. I hope this video will be helpful to you to understand. Thank you so much for watching, friends.